Finally, okay. Now that you're done with your email, can I get you to get up, stand up, gather your things quickly, please?
Sir, I've asked you before, and I'm going to ask you again. Which specific law have I violated? What specific violation have I done?
Sir, you're wasting everyone else's time. Please get up and gather your things.
And I'm asking you why. What is the specific reason?
A routine commercial flight turns into a high-stakes legal showdown when a police officer orders a passenger to exit the aircraft. The passenger is a practicing attorney who knows exactly where the legal boundaries lie, and he refuses to budge without a lawful reason. As the officer's temper flares, a simple request escalates into a battle of authority where only one man actually holds the power of the law.
Finally, okay. Now that you're done with your email, can I get you to get up, stand up, gather your things quickly, please? That's very key. I need you to quickly move along. We can't wait any longer for you. This plane needs to take off.
And officer, I've asked you before, and I'm going to ask you again. Which specific law have I violated? Have I violated any FAA regulations?
This incident is about a black attorney, a professional, being forcibly removed from a plane, not for breaking any laws, not for threatening anyone, not even for being unruly. It happened because an officer didn't like being questioned. And in America, that's exactly where the First Amendment gets put to the test.
We're doing it this way now. We're going to get everybody involved here. We're going to sit here and drag this along even further because you want to claim to be some kind of lawyer or something.
Well, actually, sir, I am an attorney. I am an attorney.
Great.
And I want to know, I mean, federal law requires compliance unless I've done some specific violation. And I'm asking you, because you're asking me to remove myself and my belongings off the plane.
Most people might just comply. But what if you knew the law better than the officer standing in front of you? What if you were, say, a practicing attorney? That's exactly what happened here. From the very beginning, this attorney exercised one of our most important constitutional tools, his First Amendment right to question authority.
What specific violation have I done?
Sir, you're wasting everyone else's time. Please get up and gather your things.
My time, sir, because I'm trying to do my work, as you can see. I've sat in my seat that I paid for, and now you're telling me that I have to get off the plane and come with you, and I'm asking you why. What is the specific reason?
I love that question. There's a great answer to that. Because I said so. I'm in charge here.
Imagine sitting in your seat on a flight. You paid for it. You're quietly doing your work, causing zero trouble. Then, out of nowhere, a uniformed officer approaches. He demands that you leave, but he refuses to tell you why. This is how you should handle it.
You want to cite the law? That's great and all that. I'm glad that you make your mama proud. I need you to get up, gather your things, and move along. You're wasting everyone's time.
Intelligence. You bring my mama into this, which, okay, that's your choice. But again, I am an attorney. I know my law. I know the law. I know my rights. And if I haven't...
A uniformed officer makes a demand with no legal explanation. The attorney calmly and repeatedly asks for the legal justification. Which specific law have I violated, he asks. Simple, right? It should be. Under U.S. law, especially during air travel, the FAA regulates safety, security, and conduct onboard flights.
If you know the law, then you know that
regulation, why am I being asked to leave?
You know, if you're the law, that this isn't going to go anywhere until you listen to me, you stand up, gather your things, stop wasting everyone's time.
This could potentially lead to a lawsuit because I'm pretty sure there's other people on this plane recording this conversation. And again, if you can't tell me what specific violation that I've actually done, then I'm not going to get out of my seat.
If a passenger is disruptive, drunk, violent, or dangerous, there are clear rules. 49 U.S. Code Graph 44902 gives airlines the right to refuse transport if someone is inimical to safety. But here's the thing, none of that applies here. There was no threat, no disturbance.
You are going to get out of your seat. Do I need to help you out of your seat? Because again, you're wasting everyone's time. You're pissing me off.
Threaten, physical, like if you threaten to assault me, basically?
I'm not going to assault you. I'm going to remove you. That's my job. You want to cite all these laws or whatever? The reality is I'm standing in front of you as the law.
Just an officer on a massive power trip, and look at that threat of force. Do I need to help you out of your seat? The officer asks. That isn't assistance, that's intimidation, under Terry v. Ohio 392 U.S. 1, 1968. Officers must have reasonable suspicion of criminal activity to detain someone.
The reality is I'm standing in front of you as the law. This isn't, these aren't words. I'm a grown man.
I practice law for a living.
Cool.
I know the laws like the back of my hands.
You deal with
If
books.
I have not violated any kind of FAA regulation, then there's no grounds for you to tell me to get out the seat.
When you practice law, there's a judge. I am the judge. Sir, are you recording this?
Here, there was no suspicion, just ego. Think about that for a second. In a free society, nobody is the judge and jury. Not on a plane, not on the street, and not without due process. What that officer said is chilling, because when police decide they are the law...
Don't get involved in this. You're getting everyone involved in this. Everyone's getting me.
Your ignorance and your inexperience.
Oh, okay.
Is showing right
I'm ignorant now.
I'm just saying your inexperience is showing because I just told you that I'm an attorney, that I practice law, and that I've done nothing wrong.
That's when the abuse begins. The officer even mocks the man's profession and intelligence. This behavior tears down trust in law enforcement, especially in communities of color. The message is clear. Knowing your rights, being educated, asking for the law to be followed, it's all just noise to someone who thinks their badge makes them unquestionable.
You continue to badger me as though I'm a criminal and I'm innocent. Now you have all these other innocent people involved.
You're the one getting them involved. You're going to get up and you're going to gather your things and you're going to move along, and I can help you with that if you'd like.
When you tell me what specific law I violated by sitting here.
We can't ignore the racial undertones here. A black man, sitting quietly in his paid seat, labeled as a problem, removed with zero explanation, isn't new. It's systemic. This treatment disproportionately affects people of color in the US. It's why so many activists and journalists film these interactions. Because without evidence, their truth is often erased.
I'll gladly get up. Just tell me specifically what FAA regulation have I violated by sitting in the seat that I purchased.
You're pissing me off. That's what you're doing. And if you don't get up, we're going to get a lot more law involved in this. So
you don't have any regulations that I've broken, right?
Sir, are you going to comply or are you going to keep up with this games?
But here's the part that strikes at the heart of the First Amendment. The attorney asserts his right to question authority. He doesn't threaten anyone. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't disrupt the flight. He simply wants a legal explanation. That isn't obstruction. That isn't resisting. And it is not a crime. In fact,
it sounds like I haven't
wasting
violated
everyone's
anything, right? Have I violated any FAA regulation? Answer me that yes or no. If you say yes, give me the specific, and I will get up gladly with my laptop and I will go off the plane with you.
Refusing an unlawful order isn't illegal. Supreme Court precedent backs this up. In City of Houston v. Hill, 482 U.S. 451, 1987, the court held that the First Amendment protects verbal criticism and challenges directed at police. This is exactly how we should handle these situations, backed by the highest court in the land.
But if you cannot give me the specific reason why, or the specific law that I've violated by sitting here, I will not get up out of my seat.
I love that you're a lawyer, and that's great for you and advancing your family and all that generational wealth you have ahead of you. The reality is, I'm the judge and jury. There is no...
Let's be clear. The First Amendment isn't just about free speech. It's about holding public officials accountable. This attorney was doing just that. And for doing it, he was threatened with force and jail.
I'm the judge and jury. There is no... I don't know why you're pleading as if there's going to be some grand ovation for you. I am the judge and jury in this. I need you to stand up, gather your things, stop with this grand gesture.
Where? Like, what judge, what jury?
I am the law in this case.
You're going to get off because I said so. That's not how the law works. That's not how America is supposed to work. Look at the power dynamics here. A calm, composed attorney asking basic legal questions, and in return, hostility, threats, and mockery. I'm the judge and jury, the officer says.
In your courtroom, that's great that you get to plead.
I work with officers all the time. I've never met someone like you before. Like, are you
someone like me? Okay, cool.
You can't just demand someone to like get out of the seat that they paid for without giving them some kind of like justification. What law have I broken?
The reality is, this entire incident hinges on one question. Can police remove you without any legal justification? The answer is simple, they can't. At least, they're not supposed to. That's the very core of our constitutional protections. But when officers start declaring themselves, the law due process gets thrown out the window.
You live in a...
regulation have I broken by sitting here?
You live in a fantasy world. The reality in this world is I am the judge and jury in this case. If you want to take your word against mine, against the judge when we actually get you in to see the judge, if you don't comply, you're going to sit the weekend in the clink.
So, when this officer threatens arrest, when he says you're going to spend the weekend in debate, and promises a judge will agree with me, he isn't upholding the law, he's weaponizing it. He's using the threat of jail, not because a crime occurred, but because his ego was challenged.
And then you're going to see who is going to listen to your story in 3 days, right? Because the reality is you're going to spend 3 days in jail until you see a judge on Monday, and then he's going to agree with me because, again, I am the law.
This attorney didn't just stand his ground for himself. He stood up for everyone who has ever been told because I said so, for everyone bullied into silence, for every citizen afraid to question authority, because they fear jail or worse.
And then he's
Actually,
gonna.
The reality is, I'm gonna get off this plane. I'm gonna walk out of here.
You
I'm
are.
gonna call my judge
Finally.
that you work for, and I'm gonna let him know your
Okay.
name, your badge number, and it's gonna be a different conversation.
Okay.
A very different conversation.
So then go ahead and gather
I'm
those
gonna give
things.
you the opportunity to check yourself, turn around because you obviously are targeting me for no reason.
And that's where the real power of this moment lies. It's not just about one man. It's about accountability. It's about civil rights. It's about the basic rule that police must follow the law too. Being questioned isn't a threat, it's a responsibility.
And I'm gonna give you a chance to walk out of here with your name and your badge number all in sync. But if you continue this badgering,
Better hope.
it's gonna be done, brother.
You better hope that that judge answers your call, because this is
Trust me,
that was your last
he will.
chance.
He will.
That's your last chance.
This story is more than just a viral moment. It's a picture of a much larger issue: unchecked power and shrinking civil liberties. But moments like this remind us that knowing your rights still matters. Standing up for them still matters. The people who document these moments, who push back with calm logic instead of chaos, they're doing something heroic. So, if you ever find yourself in a situation like this, remember, ask questions, stay calm, demand clarity,